Hey everyone, today I want to do a tutorial for those who are new to ThinkorSwim so they can get their settings dialed in when they first start using the program. So to do that, we have the login screen. Now before we log in, what I want to do is I want to click this gear icon. And this is going to bring up some settings for me right away. It'll allow me to select the color scheme, so we have the dark, light, or the old school color schemes. And most people, including myself, prefer the dark scheme, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and leave it on. And then we also have the icon size. Now this is just a matter of personal preference. I like the large based on my monitor size, but someone else may prefer medium or even larger. It really just depends on what you prefer. The best way to figure that out is just play with it and see which one looks the best to you. I'm going to go ahead and leave on large and log in. Now when we first log in, we're going to get this screen that pops up in front with some news and some stock tickers. I don't use this screen, and I don't know anybody else who uses this screen, so we're just going to go ahead and close that. And now what we want to do is we want to go into our settings, and you can do that by selecting Setup and then Application Settings. And this is going to bring up a menu for us to go ahead and dial this software in so it works to our specifications. So we're going to go ahead and go through these. There's not a lot to see in these first ones. These are pretty much standard default settings. When you get down to System, you are going to want to go ahead and make sure you have on real time, no delays. I don't know why you'd want delays on your quotes, but go ahead and select real time if it's on something else. When you get to look and feel, this is also going to allow us to change our color schemes and our font size like on the start screen, but we can do it inside the application. So if we prefer like a light, or if you want to see the old school, we can go ahead and look at that in the window, and then we can change it if we hit apply settings. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the dark. When we get to display, there is one thing you can do here. Depends if you prefer to see the weekly or quarterly options, and if you want to see the minis. Weeklies are obviously options that expire at the end of the week, and quarterlies are once a quarter options. And then the minis are options that are in contract sizes less than 100. In most cases they're 10, but if you don't trade those, you may not want to see them. We don't trade them very often. I do leave mine checked just so I can check them out every once in a while. Nothing to see here. This is all pretty much standard default stuff. Now when we get to the order defaults, this is important. You want to make sure that when you put your trades in, it goes in a quantity you're comfortable with. It just saves time. So if you want to trade stock with 100 lots, 100 is the default setting, and that's the one that we use. If you want to put in 200 or 500, you can also do that. As for options, very similar. I have my default setting to 10, so when I select an option, it'll go in as 10, and then when I hit the arrows to increase or decrease the quantity, it goes up and down by 1. If we want to change that to 1 as a default, we could do that, or 2, 5. I like 10, and then the same thing with the quantity. And then futures, you know, in Forex, it's the same type of thing. You can just set your default quantities. So when you select a trade you want to do, it just goes into your normal default trade size. Hotkeys, not a lot to see here. There are some hotkeys, and if you want to check those out, this is where you do that. The main one we use is the control key. You're allowed to enter multi-leg option trades by holding down the control key. It just makes trading that much easier. That's about it. Once everything is good and how we like it, we just hit apply settings. The settings will take place, and that's how we'll see the platform start up from now on. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon.